Thank you for joining us in the lesson series on how to prepare a will. My name is Simon Park. In this series, I want to introduce you to the key concepts and decisions you'll have to make to protect and provide for your loved ones in the case of a premature death. Before we dive deep into the specifics of a will, it's very important to understand what a will is and why having one is so important. Understandably, most Canadians don't really understand what a will is and why it's so important. Let's make sure that's not the case with you. So, what is a will? Simply put, a will is a written document that lays out the wishes of the deceased with regards to the distribution of his or her assets and personal property. A will also names people for important roles. We'll discuss these roles in future videos. So to summarize, a will lays out your wishes for the distribution of your assets and who will play key roles with respect to those assets and the care of your children. A will allows you choice and flexibility on how you wish your assets to be utilized and distributed after you die. If you die without a will, then the provincial laws dictate what is to happen to your assets, and there's no choice for anyone but to follow those laws. The most relevant part of these laws for parents with young kids is that children will receive their entire share of the assets as soon as they turn 18. If you're like me, we know that we weren't mature and fully developed at 18. If we received a big chunk of money at that age, we know there's a good chance that we could have blown that money away quickly instead of putting it to good and productive use. A will allows money to be used wisely until the children are ready and independent enough to take full control of it for themselves. There are a number of other important reasons why you should have a will in place. If you haven't seen the videos on the main page of our website related to wills, then make sure you visit that page at www.parkandjung.com/wills. You can watch the videos or read the text on other important reasons for having a will, namely custody of your kids and control of how your assets are utilized. In order for a will to be valid, there are a number of requirements. The most important one is that you should be of sound mind when preparing a will. You must have a clear mind to enact a will, and the decisions you make in it cannot be a result of pressure from others. They have to be your independent choices. Also, the form a will takes is very important. It must be properly written and signed in front of two independent witnesses, meaning those who are not to benefit from the will. And of course, how it's written will determine whether it's even enforceable later on should there be any disputes. Thanks for watching this video. In the next one, we'll discuss what happens to your estate once you die. Make sure to join us then.